if you will please rise for the pledge and stay standing for the invocation. Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Pastor Basio.
The little secrets we don't know. I'm going to ask if we would please remember in prayer those who are suffering in California. And, natural disasters are things that we can't control. The greatest disaster we have in this nation that's taken more lives in the last bit of our history is the opioid epidemic. And those are decisions we can make for ourselves and help others with better decisions. So let's pray for those who are in situations they can't control and others with situations they can, and maybe we can be a part of the difference. Lord, thank you for this time, an opportunity to pray and to seek guidance and help. And Lord, sometimes you're asking us to be the help. And so what can we do to help someone in need today? We ask for strength. We ask for safety and protection. And we thank you for our city and the help you've already given us. Help us to be a part of that for others. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Michael, if you'll take the roll, please.
Councilman Lloyd. Here. Councilman Schlack.
Present.
Councilman Barr.
Here.
Councilman Marcos.
Here.
Councilman Valerius.
Here.
Pro Tem Nick.
Here.
And Mayor McLeod.
Here.
We have a quorum, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Valerius.
Second.
Second by Mr. Barr. Any changes or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting of December 17th?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Lloyd, second by Ms. Nick. Any corrections? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. The treasurer, unfortunately, is not here tonight, and he did not leave me any announcements, so there's nothing from the treasurer. We'll move on to the interim city administrator's report.
Good evening. It's on. Recreation basketball started their practice. 180 kids registered, and there are 16 teams. Games will start coming in February. This weekend coming up is the Martin Luther King tournament, hockey tournament. This is the largest hockey tournament that they're holding of the year. People are encouraged to come watch the young compete at the ice arena this weekend. To support our Detroit Lions, we are flying Detroit Lions flags at multiple locations throughout the city. One would be here at City Hall, one is on the median of Southfield, one is at the DPS department, and I'm not sure, but I think the fire department may be flying one soon as well. We would also like to recognize the following employee milestones. James Farmer in the water department has gotten 10 years this month. Sadie Carr in the finance department will have her 5 years this month. Kim Steinman with the DDA will have completed her first year. And we have police officers Ricky Bundy, Dylan Kanachi, Isaac McGrath, Charles Nagy III, Carrion O'Connell, and Jaden St. Andre, who are all completing their first year as well. Congratulations.
May I have a motion to accept and file the administrator's report?
Motion. Second.
That was Mr. Schlack and Mr. Valerius. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. Now we come to public comments. Comments are open to residents first. If you would just give us your name and the street on which you live, please do not provide your complete address, and keep your comments civil. We are open for public comments.
Good evening, City Council, Mayor Raymond Gusson Quant. Just a couple of things, a couple of challenges. At the next meeting, I'd like to want one of you to go and make a proposal to give us citizens 5 minutes. Bring it up. I want to see the vote. The next thing I'm going to have a little challenge is the young generation behind me. Get together as a group, get a couple, and work with your teachers or whatever, and come up with a couple suggestions or questions to bring up to the city council and ask them what you guys have on your minds. Real simple. And then and those individuals, I'm not your teacher, so I can't give you the A. But if you were my teacher and I was your teacher, I'll definitely give you some extra points. And that's simple. The next thing I will go ahead, I'm going to just ask for you guys to look into the ordinance. And when it comes for the open citywide garage sale, please don't charge us. Get that charge off. We are the citizens. We need a little bit of help. You don't need an extra $3 or $4 or whatever it is. You really don't need it. Okay? Real simple. Happy New Year to you all. And let's work together. And let's work together and move forward. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. If no one else is coming forward, we will close public comments and move on to the consent agenda, which this evening consists of purchasing actions, claims and accounts, and the payroll report, and 2 licenses and permits for curbside pickup. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Markles, second by Mr. Barr. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consent agenda is approved. Resolutions. Resolution 1, to approve the 2025 hardship guidelines for the Allen Park Board of Review. Motion, please. Motion by Ms. Nick.
Second.
Second by Mr. Lloyd. I think this is a standard guidelines that come from the state under which the Board of Review is governed. I believe it is posted on our city's website. I don't think we have anybody here from the assessing department that can explain this. So if you have any questions, you'll have to propose them later. But I think this is something that we handle annually. And these are guidelines that they follow when people come before them to plead hardship on their taxes. So if there's no comments or questions, I will call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 2, to approve the appointment of Yurixa Cordero Lozano to the position of Building Department Operations Assistant at a salary of $39,000 effective January 15, 2025. May I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Valerius.
Second.
Second by Mr. Lloyd. Mr. Baker.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Before you have an appointment for a new position created for the building department, it is a full-time appointed position. Penny Etcheff, my assistant for the department, has expressed her desire to retire within the next year and a half, and this is in preparation for Penny's retirement. So this would be a succession plan to get Yurixa up to speed. We did have 2 candidates interview. Yurixa was one of them. We did have another one. Given Yurixa's background and working relationship within the department, she was the best candidate. She's very reliable. She's outstanding work ethic, and she's going to be a great. She's already a part-timer, but she's going to be a great additional as a full-time employer.
It appears as though she'll have 2 years in your department as of March. So
Correct.
And she started out in water, and a terrific asset. My experience with her has been, and brings a lot of talent and skills to City Hall and to our residents. Anybody have any questions? Comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Resolution to approve the appointment of John Laub to the position of Finance Director at a salary of $118,000 effective February 10, 2025. Motion, please.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Barr, second by Mr. Marcos.
I appreciate your consideration for this appointment. Mr. Laub has a great deal of experience in various roles, but his talent with finance is something that we really will find useful here. You know, he's wanting to land here and make a career here, thankfully. When we interviewed him, we thought that everyone, you know, I think he'll fit really well with the group and be a great addition. Are there any questions?
Chair,
Yes.
I just want to make the comment. Lub? Is that? Lob.
Lob.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
I just want, like Tanya said, the HR committee was just super impressed with him, not only his knowledge and experience, but also his character. So just so everybody knows, he's starting February 10th because he wanted to make sure that he was finishing out all of his responsibilities with Monroe County before coming over to us. And I think that along with just a couple of things that came up that just speaks to the quality of individual that we're getting, and I think that this is going to be a tremendous asset for the city of Valley Park.
Just to kind of piggyback on that as well, too, I just thought that the interview process and the way he conducted himself during the interview process, and again, like Tanya mentioned, the experience that he brings to the table and his willingness to work with the great team that we already have in place, I think is going to work out very well for the city of Valley Park.
There's no further questions. Call for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you all very much. And again, Mr. Laub, if you would stand up so that the individuals who came in later, this is our new finance director. Welcome.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next resolution, a resolution to approve the application fees for zoning ordinance text amendments, rezoning requests with an application fee of $500 and review deposit of $1,500. Motion, please. Motion by Mr. Marcos.
Second.
Second by Mr. Lloyd. Mr. Baker.
Good evening once again.
Make sure we've got the mic.
I'm pretty sure it's on. So we currently don't have a fee at all for this type of request. So we had a request for rezoning come up, I think it was about a month ago. So Mr. Auerbach, he's our planning consultant. He did some research on other surrounding communities and what they charge, and we feel that this is comparable to the rest of the communities.
Does anyone have any questions? Just a quick one. It sounds as though there's a lot of work that's involved in this process.
Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth between the planner and the applicant, and preparation to go to the planning commission. And the request is it's a lot of work,
Yeah.
for sure.
And the fact that it was compared to other communities. So, thank you. If there's no further questions, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
Thank
resolution
you.
is approved. Thank you. Now we will move on to other business, and this evening we have the third reading of proposed ordinance number 1-2025, which will be followed by a public hearing. May I have a motion for the third reading, please?
Motion.
Motion by Ms. Nick,
Second.
second by Mr. Valerius. Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Clavero, will you do the third reading, please?
It's the first ordinance of the year, proposed ordinance 01-2025, an ordinance of City of Allen Park Code of Ordinances, amending Chapter 2, Administration, Article 6, Finance, Division 4, Conveyance or leases of land of the city to authorize the sale of a vacant parcel of land known as tax parcel ID number 30-004-02-08-23000. And then we have a
Thank
public
you. Now
hearing.
we will open for a public hearing on this ordinance. If anyone wishes to come up and speak about the ordinance, please do.
Hey, Ray McGusson Quant, where's the land located?
Through Chair.
Yes.
So this is it's a small parcel of land. It is located off of the Southfield Service Drive. There is a daycare center there. I believe it's called Little Jungle?
Little Jungle Learning Center.
Thank you. And so the small piece of land is bordered by a creek as well as this property, and the property owners would like to purchase this property. This property was obtained because the prior was obtained by the city as a result of the owners not paying their taxes.
No one else is coming up. We will close the public hearing and we will move on to the adoption of ordinance number 1-2025. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Valerius.
Second.
Second by Mr. Barr. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, we will have a roll call vote.
All right, Madam Mayor, I have a motion by Councilman Valerius, supported by Councilman Barr, to adopt ordinance 01-2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 2 Administration, Article 6, Finance, by adding Division 4, Conveyance or Leases of Land of the city to authorize the sale of the vacant land known as tax ID 30-004-02-0823-000, or next to Little Jungle Place. Shall this ordinance pass? Councilman Barr.
Yay.
Councilwoman Nick.
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd.
Yes.
Councilman Barr. Or Councilman Marcos.
Yes.
Mayor McLeod.
Yes.
Councilman Schlack.
Yes.
And Councilman Valeris.
Yes.
The yeses have it. This ordinance shall be declared adopted, and it will be published as a manner prescribed by law. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we will now move on to elected officials' comments, and since Mr. Estheimer is not here, we will start with Mr. Mizzy.
Thank you all for coming out. God bless you and good night.
Mr. Marcos.
We could make this a little faster. I don't have, other than it's cold outside, I don't have a lot to talk about, so. But there's, I use my facts that I come up with every other week. First of all, it's National Hot Pastrami Day. Hot Pastrami Day. And it's also National Dress Up Your Pet Day, which we tried to put boots on my little Chihuahua, and of course, you've never seen boots on a Chihuahua. It's hilarious, popping all over the place while they're throwing off the socks. But the one thing that I really wanted to bring to attention is today is World Logic Day. We could use a lot of these days. So I just wanted to make sure that people are aware that we do use logic every day, not just today. So, other than that, thank you very much for coming, and good night.
Thank you. Mr. Barr.
Just a couple things. I want to say thank you to the police and fire and with the mutual aid. We've had several accidents. There was an incident last week. Thank you all. To the DPS, because of the snow, thank you for what you guys are doing. I believe that Moschek's on Allen Road has a new ownership, and want to welcome them, the new owners, to the city. As for the Lions, let's go Lions. Let's have a good game on Saturday.
Excellent. Thank you. Mr. Schlack?
Thank you, Mayor. I want to first say to John, John Leb, I think I butchered your last name. That's okay. I'll get it, I promise. Thank you for joining our city. I look forward to building a relationship with you and get to know you personally, and I look with everything that brings, and thank you for joining. I wanted to say thank you to Tanya for all her hard work, for reaching out to John, as well as everything else you have done so far to help us find quality candidates. I definitely want to say go Lions on this big set game Saturday. I'm sure most of us will be watching that game with our fingernails in our mouth and biting them to shreds. But nonetheless, go Lions there. I wanted to say that former Chief Egan was cleared of everything by the Civil Commission, so that's done and over with. I also want to say congratulations to everyone that we recognize for our milestones. We normally, that's quite a few, especially with all the police officers on there. And I remember last year when we swore them in. I can't believe it's been a year. That just shows you how time flies. And probably going to forget 10 things after I get off, but with that, I think I'll yield. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Lloyd?
Also, really looking forward to working with Mr. Lobb. And again, said it before, but do really very much appreciate all of Tanya's efforts. Been working really hard to making sure that we're filling these positions. Hopefully, next council meeting, we will be wearing Lions gear again. If that's the case, I think everyone should wear the exact same outfit. Just like, you know, no point jinxing it. And with that, I will yield.
Well, all the more for a group picture.
Absolutely.
So we know what we were wearing, right?
There you go.
Ms. Nick?
All right, well, I have a few things. I wanted to give a shout out to the Allen Park firefighters. They've been working on the weekends and nights, helping with the construction. They've been moving some of the equipment in the kitchen, and trying to keep us on task, and so that we're on the timeline. So I wanted to give out a shout out to them. Also, up on the hill by like Little Caesars over there, Nothing Bunt Cake is gonna be opening, so this Friday, they're gonna have samples. So if anybody wants to go up there, it's like their soft opening. Their grand opening will be February 3rd. So, and again, if students out there, or anybody, if you guys are artistic and can draw, I don't know if you know, this morning, the governor just announced they're doing a contest for the Lions. So you can go on Google or go on the website and submit your picture, and it's your rendition of what the Lions logo would be. So it didn't have a deadline because I was looking at it, so I'm not really sure. But it's out there for statewide for all of Michigan. So, and also when you leave tonight, or if anybody comes up to City Hall, please look in the showcase. We do have the Lions, the Historical Commission has put their Lions exhibit in there. And the Allen Parker, we are doing a challenge for all Allen Park residents and businesses. We want to light up the city, so their logo is Turn Allen Park Blue. So if you can put blue lights out there, put, you know, the blow-up lions, anything you have, put your flags in your windows. So they are doing a contest, and I know that I have donated a membership to the Greenfield Village. So family membership, so I think you put your likes or your hearts on the pictures, so submit those into them. And then I think that is all I have, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Valerius?
I just wanted to congratulate those milestone employees too with the city, and also just keep it short and sweet. Tomorrow marks the 16-year passing of my mom, and on Friday is the 2-year passing of my dad. So I just encourage everyone who's able to call your parents, call your grandparents, give your mom and dad a hug, and let them know how much you love them. And with that, I yield.
Thank you, Matt. I will keep mine brief. Absolutely, go Lions, and I think that winning mentality is contagious because the Pistons sure have shown great improved performance lately and are really worth watching. And the Red Wings are on a roll. So, yeah, and as with always, not to be a downer, but, yeah, while things are looking up for a lot of people, do keep in mind those who are struggling with losses at this time of year, and prayers absolutely for the folks out in California. Be nice to get through a year without major disasters, but I don't think that's going to happen. At any rate, I will call for a motion to adjourn, and we will be celebrating on Saturday night. Motion by Mr. Valerius. Second by Mr. Barr. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We are adjourned at 6:26.